Yo, what is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack back for another album reaction / review, and we are back live from the studio. Yo. Well, it is about that time that we return to the incredible world of Radiohead. Now, this is an album that I've been getting comments about and hearing about ever since I started checking out Radiohead on the channel. In Rainbows has been one of the most requested albums ever since starting the channel. Going through these albums has been wild. The finding this, like learning about this band through, you guys engaging with me on the channel, watching videos here and there myself. This band, man, phenomenal. We started with Kid A, which was wild. And such an incredible ride. Went back to Pablo Honey. Went through to the Bends. Did OK Computer. Oh my God, OK Computer. Then we headed off to Amnesiac, the follow-up to Kid A. Hail to the Thief. And now we're finally here at In Rainbows. The first Radiohead reaction really did a lot for the channel. It was amazing to see Radiohead fans and music fans in general find that video and find my channel. So this band does mean a lot to me from a sonic music perspective, just incredible, but also from a Caveman Jack and just from the channel's perspective. Again, I just wanted to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for your patience on this video, for all the support on the channel, you guys engaging and just commenting, giving me feedback, giving me recommendations, just talking about why you love this music. It brings so much joy to me. That's a huge part of the reason why I thrive and enjoy making content like this, is because of how people can share their passion for music and how certain albums have hit them. This is In Rainbows by Radiohead. We're finally here. Let's do it. Oh man, okay. We got this electronic beat. Isolated, just this really industrial raw beat, and then Tom just over it. It's a nice gradual build. So when we listened to Hail to the Thief, I found it quite notable that looking back through their albums, we could see quite a natural progression. We got to quite a extreme sound on Amnesiac. Then Hail to the Thief honed it down a little and kind of blended what sounds we kind of got from OK Computer with some sounds from the Kid A Amnesiac era. So from what I gathered from a lot of you guys in the comments, there was this real... There is a clear progression, and In Rainbows is an extension of that, much more refined in the way that it utilizes the core band sound from OK Computer and prior, while also utilizing the Kid A Amnesiac sounds really effectively. Now the beat sounded very Kid A, but the progression, the guitars, it sounded like OK Computer. So it was really cool to hear that. The song didn't blow me away, I'll be honest, but this band is like so iconic for me now that it's just a real joy every time I hear Tom's voice cut through. And yeah, there was some really nice guitar riffs there. I think the second half of that song was really solid. The build on that one is very notable, and it's actually really solid. When the real kind of surfy synths come in towards the back end of the song, really, really, really enjoyed that. There was a distorted guitar.
I do not understand what it is. I don't know.
Seamless transition there.
There's a light cut out for you because the light's gone out for me. It was the 21st century. It was the 21st
That guitar in the back is tight. Let's go. Yes, tough, man. Bodysnatchers. The more high intensity songs by a lot of bands, not just Radiohead, take me a little bit more time to wrap my head around, just because there's so many more dynamics getting involved in those songs. My brain just trying to wrap myself around the songs can sometimes take me a couple listens. If it doesn't hit me instantly, there's usually a point very quickly into the song that grabs me back. And Bodysnatchers was a case of that. It's crazy how you can have guitars that sound so chaotic and messy, but still feel quite controlled. And I mean that in a really complimentary way. This just shows maturity in the way that they present these sounds. Because Bodysnatchers is quite full on. It's quite, bang, 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 go, go, go. But the way that the guitars somehow still feel honed in, and it doesn't wreck the flow of the song and doesn't destroy your focus within the song and doesn't overbear and completely take over. A couple of these songs really do sound like some of the faster cuts by Ballpark Music, which is cool just to see how Radiohead have influenced them. it sounds like it's in reverse. These vocals. Oh, guys.
Don't get any big ideas. They're not gonna happen.
Oh. That's a great guitar riff,
Now
man.
that you found it, it's gone. Now that you feel it, you don't. So don't get
Oh, man.
big ideas.
Oh.
They're not gonna happen.
Oh, so good.
You'll go to hell for your dancing when it's thinking.
Oh, let's go. Wow. Great. Man, it's probably no secret to you guys that have been watching the Radiohead videos. The slower songs, when Tom can just get in his bag and just flow over these heavenly instrumentals, I fall right into these songs. Whereas those first two songs, they'll take me a little bit more time to wrap my head around. Nude, this sound just draws me in instantly. And it's like hearing those songs for the first time is just like, you can tell it's just going to be such a warm song. Really powerful lyricism. The strings that you could hear as the song built. Oh my God, the outro structuring of the ballads that Radiohead makes, they feel so intimate. And it's a journey every time you check one of the ballads out, because you are literally on a ride. Man, the guitar work is just such a marvel every time. It's just so warm. How great is that? Just the layering of the guitars, man. It's like 3 guitars playing.
In the deepest ocean, the bottom of the sea, your eyes
guitars are really driving the song so nicely right now.
Tell me you're the phantom. I follow to the end of the earth. Fall. I get eaten by the worms and wet fishes, picked over by the worms and wet fishes. I hit the bottom,
Yeah.
hit the bottom, and escape.
Man, that song was masterful, honestly. That is just like a lesson in how to build a song. The beat switch was really seamless and how it played itself out. Man, the guitars on that song, they just drove the song all the way through. For me, it's just sitting back and just taking this one in for a large part of it. Just because, yeah, it has been such a ride to get to this album, and just sitting back and taking it in, it just does feel like a really cool, moment for me. These last two songs have been much more in my lane of what I love from Radiohead, and I've really, really thoroughly enjoyed both pieces. And you often see me just kind of falling into it from the onset, just because I hear those guitars come in and they just wrap me up straight away. Some of the lyricism and usually, the lyricism on these albums are quite rich and have quite very emotive, and this song felt no different. Some of the talking about, everyone leaves if they get the chance. This is my chance. Hitting rock bottom. I've hit rock bottom and now I escape. Like, I'm very, very excited to go back to these songs and this whole album, and continue to sink my teeth into the meanings, the sounds, what I can take from this album and these songs, because quite often these albums, they age so well. And it's funny for me because I've only been going back to these albums. Well, the albums I've listened to, I go back to and I go, wow, it's been a couple months since I heard, and I go, oh, this is just getting better and better each time I hear it. But I can imagine like 5-10 years from now, like, man, just going back to these albums is just going to be a pure joy every time. All I need. Oh, that synth is great.
I'm the next step, waiting in the wings. I'm an animal trapped in your hot car. You are all I need. You're all I need. I'm in the middle of your picture, lying in the reeds. I animal who just wants to share your life.
Dynamics are really good on this song.
I'm stick with you because there are no others.
Oh, rich song, man. How's the piano? Celebrate it, man. Man, all I need. How tough was that song? Really awesome build once again. We start with these darker synth sounds. That boom, 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 boom. And it's kind of just this real direct kind of vocal performance at the start from Tom. And we see it open up, quite similar to a lot of great Radiohead songs. The song slowly opens up and it peels back the layers, and it reveals more harmonies, more dynamics, more tracks that get added. That nice little like light synth, like that bing 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 bing, that was playing over the top as the song was building, was beautiful. They take it to another world. Like, I'll be sitting here, I'll close my eyes, and I'm just in this world, this world that Radiohead have created for us. This reaction so far has been more falling into the sounds rather than the lyrics. I know the small glimpses, it's deep, and it feels very hard-hitting, these songs, from a lyrical point of view as well. So I am very excited to dive back into this album post-listen for more of a focus on the lyrics and the stories that each song is trying to tell. You really, really feel the progression on this album. You feel like they took Hail to the Thief. They were like, okay, did we go too far on one side? Did we go to, what? They tried to balance these two eras a little bit better. And you can feel that this album has balanced them quite well. It is a little, it's interesting. I think this album, there's parts of it that won't hit you instantly. I think OK Computer has more moments so far that just really just get you straight away. But this album has more open space. And I'm very, very keen to see how this album sits with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that guitar. Every time, man. Every time that guitar comes in, I'm like, yep, I'm locked in.
Watch me fall like dominoes in pretty patterns, fingers in the backbone pie and tingling. It's what you feel now, what you ought to. Stop. Without your head in you, but no.
I like his flow.
For no real reason, squeeze the tubes and empty bottles. I take a bow. It's what you feel now, what you ought to. I love you, but enough is enough. That stuff. There's no real reason.
Another instrumentally rich song there. Felt like almost a little bit of a bridge of sorts, a little bit of an intermission track, interlude of sorts. A lot of these songs aren't very long, I've noticed as well. It feels like we're moving through this album quite quickly. Great layering here. The drum track here is solid. beautiful, man. That is beautiful. I keep taking for granted just how phenomenal Tom's voice is and how great he sounds on all these songs. That song, when he came in, it just, those high notes that he can hit with such control, but so much imperfection to it as well. It just makes it feel really natural. A lot of these songs feel imperfect, and I think that generates quite a relatable feeling to the songs. Like it doesn't feel as artificial or constructed. This feels different. This feels different to all of the Radiohead albums I've listened to. It's taken me some crazy places, man. Like it really has. I feel like this album so far has been more jarring than Kid A was for me. House of Cards. Quite a lot of space on the intros for these songs.
I don't wanna be your friend. I just wanna be your lover. No matter how it ends, no matter how it starts, forget about your house of cards and out of mine. And fall off the table, get swept under.
Man. This album has floored me. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say after most of these tracks. I can't lie. This whole album has felt very, very personal, very ground level. They've always done this really, really well on most of their projects, at least. Giving Tom the space to sing like this is always just so beneficial because he can carry a song with just his vocals. The long strings come in, and the synths come in, the guitar. They'll just wrap around his voice so well. They're quite selective in the sounds they use, but it still feels so, I go back to it, but imperfect. It's crazy how such guitar riffs can just sound like a band. I can just hear this sound and I'm like, Radiohead straight away. Like, wild.
As you take my hand, just as you write my number down, just as the drinks arrive, just as they play your favorite song, as your body disappears. No one to wind up like a spring before you had too much. Come back and focus again.
great song to see live. Just the energy on it. It will translate quite well. That's an awesome song title as well. That is a great song title. Jigsaw falling into place. There's so much happening in these songs. Like there's the sounds, the layering. Each time you listen to this album, you're probably going to hear something new. And that's pretty special. It just feels like there's so much to unpack here. I've loved how much they've used this raw piano sound on this album. Really taken note of that and I've really enjoyed it.
When I'm at the pearly gates, this will be on my videotape.
Oh man.
My videotape.
Oof.
And you are my center when I spin away, out of control on videotape, on videotape,
Oh man.
videotape,
What a song.
This is my way out, saying goodbye, 'cause I can do it face to face. I'm talking to you before, no matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid. Cause I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.
Far out. What a song. What a song, man. In rainbows. You have floored me. You have floored me. What an amazing closer of a track. Videotape, that was phenomenal. The lyrics were just so beautiful. Almost like it's like maybe the death of a relationship or the ending of a relationship, and there's like just one more day of just pure happiness and just, you know, like he's accepted that the relationship is about to end and they're having like one more beautiful day together. He's just being very present, being very mindful and enjoying every moment of that day. So when it does end, he says, "Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid because I just had the most perfect day." This is such an interesting album to me because there was a lot less jump out of my seats moments that I've had on some of my previous Radiohead reactions. There was still plenty of them, don't worry. But the complexities that this album feels like it contains is just It's deep, man. It's deep. It is only 43 minutes, but I felt like we've been sitting here for quite some time, to be honest. It felt like, yeah, like actually, I know I say the word a lot, but it actually felt like a journey of an album. Whether it be the fact that I'm listening to it in the morning, the coffee hasn't worked, but really, in all seriousness, I truly think that album is something to marvel at. I'd love to hear what you guys thought. When you first heard In Rainbows, did it hit you straight away? Did it click with you straight away? And I think it's been really great that I've gone through the Radiohead discography and landed on this album now, rather than just have listening, just looking up popular Radiohead albums and then just listening to this one at the start. I don't really think it would have hit me in the way that it has now. Maybe on a surface level, I'll be like, wow, this is great. But there's something more richer about this album. A celebration that of everything that makes Radiohead Radiohead has been encapsulated into this album. It's tight. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Electronic sounds, but their acoustic guitar onslaught is still so prevalent. It felt quite melancholic. It felt quite sad. Almost like maybe the end of a relationship. This album kind of captures that sound, perhaps. Videotape is one of the most beautiful closes of an album I can recall listening to. And OK Computer, like, it hit me straight away. It was, Radiohead, let's go. And it's a phenomenal album. Kid A was jarring because I'd never experienced Radiohead before. I didn't really know what to expect with it. So I didn't have the albums before Kid A to have, that next leap when they went to Kid A to go, oh my gosh. So for me, it was like, wow, I'm just diving in. In Rainbows, I've had 7 albums of preparation to this album. And so when we get here and I'm getting Kid A sounds from the Bends, sounds from OK Computer, Hail to the Thief, Amnesiac. And I'm like, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's an awesome experience. Really, I owe it to you guys to be transparent about how I feel on these albums. And this one isn't as OK Computer and some of the other albums, but there's also something different about this project. It truly does feel different. Conceptually, I'd love to hear what you guys think of what is this album's story? What is the story that Tom and the gang are trying to tell on this project? Hope you enjoyed that reaction. I mean, for the most part, it was just me being lost in it. And I think, but that's what we do here. We're transparent, we're open. A huge thank you for all of you who were patient and happy to wait for this one. It did take a little while, but we finally got here. If you want to check out any of my Radiohead reactions, I've got from Pablo Honey all the way up to In Rainbows now. Anyway, guys, my name is Caveman Jack. Take care, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.